This is a video about CronCat agents. As we can see, the CronCat docs are here, and this goes over the networks CronCat is currently deployed to. One thing to note on the left here, Cosmos agents. So the entire CronCat codebase was built so that the agents will be fully decentralized. It was a recommendation from Oak Security that we actually start out having a whitelist approach where we progressively decentralize into what our entire code base was meant to be. So for now, it's sort of on a whitelist. And I think in the early days of Cosmos, this makes sense because a lot of projects are kind of working with us. And we can kind of keep it on the whitelist for now, and all the projects can help be agents and all that. So let's look at what that kind of entails. So I have some SSH config set up. Let's look at the bottom here. As you can see, there's some host names. Let's just go into the Stargaze one. So SSH into here. These are all Ubuntu 22 boxes. Yeah, as you can see here. And I've got DigitalOcean, Linode, and then a couple of bare metal things going on. So what does this look like? Let's just kind of clear it and show you what it looks like. So CronCat RS, this is cloned from our GitHub repo, and then I just basically recursively copy into directories that have the chain ID here. So each of these are actually running an agent. By running an agent, it means it's a system service file. So obviously that means that it's going to be in system here. And then if we just take a look at everything that's CronCat, we've got these three, right? So let's just take a look at one of these guys. And this looks very similar to setting up a node if you're used to that. We have a couple environment variables. SM, this is the name of our agent. We've kind of named our agent in this case. What that means is basically there is a JSON file that we'll show in a second that kind of controls your agent. And as you can see, this like restarts always. So if you just like reboot your system, these are going to start as usual. This is a typical system service. So where is that file I was talking about? It's in .croncatd out, but this is where it has the SM for Stargaze mainnet. And I just go ahead and I use that for all of these different ones. I take a look at where the logs are, var log. So here we're going to look at all the logs, and you have CronCat error logs. A lot of things are actually going to be put into the error one. So if we like tail this and then follow it, we'll see that this is polling tasks. I actually just restarted the node, which means this is just starting right back up again. So it has gone to chain registry, looked for all the different RPCs for mainnet Juno here, and then it's going to be determining whether, like what its status the agent is at. Okay, so this one's pending. So now this will be checking every 10 blocks, I believe, to see if it's pending. Let's go ahead and just take a look at a different one. So same thing, tail. This one's also pending. Anyway, you get the idea. If it's active, it'll be showing kind of blocks, and you'll be seeing it go through. Let's see. Yeah, so this is about 10 blocks. It checks again, and then it will be automatically trying to get into the active queue as an agent if it's pending. And that's so you can just leave the agent daemon running, and it will automatically be answering, checking to see if it needs to become active, withdrawing its own kind of rewards. What I like to do on a lot of these is I will set up a system service RPC. And so what that means is you can go into CronCat RS here. And if you look in the config, which is available in the repo, you can see that there's a special tag here in the YAML file for custom sources. So I have set up RPCs for all of this. And we are currently in Stargaze, meaning that if I say journal CTL, and then I'm going to look at Stargaze service, we're going to follow that. This means this is the RPC node. So 233, and then, it's got 6-second block time, about 234. So this will be calling itself locally, and this is just a way so that we can have multiple providers and not really rely on other folks, and hopefully be able to share this RPC endpoint at some point in the future to the community. So this is how you kind of get started here. You need to understand that everything is going to be using the CronCat RS release build, and need to realize that there is a folder in here called .cosmos chain registry, and this kind of contains a lot of the RPC endpoints and whatnot. I'm not super clear on when this is updated, although I think it is updated, which is why you'll see that I have all these different ones. I was doing them all in this folder to begin with, and I think that it actually they do need to have their own. So anyway, these are what the servers look like. It's pretty easy to get in and just kind of see what's going on. I'm also making scripts that will be helpful for us to determine if anything's going wrong. Of course, we can automate this. Let's go to one. Just exit out of this server real quick, and then we're going to say SSH into a different server, and please tail, show me the bottom of all of the agent logs that are showing. And you can just see at a glance right here that things are going good. It's pretty obvious when things are not going good, and I don't see any reason why that would happen. Every once in a while, a server will fill up with space because there isn't really a clear way to prune. I think that Pikachu's state sync might be a way that people are gonna fix this problem, but when I talk to even Larry in Berlin, this is just something that we have to do. Is sometimes the hard drive will fill up, and then obviously you're going to see some problems. This looks all good. This person's pending. This person's active. This person's active. It doesn't look like it's executing any tasks, and I canceled the tail. So yeah, this is a sign that things are looking good. So all we really need to do in the sort of automation alliance is give people access to this, and that's, as you know, that's just like adding something to authorized keys. So as you're aware, this is just like I'm in authorized keys. See, here I am. This means that like my SSH key, I'm the only one allowed in here. So let's just like fill this up with people who are wanting to really use and leverage automation in the Cosmos ecosystem. So this is the way to kind of like give a real brief intro to how the agents are going to work, and would love to help other people set them up and also give them access to this one, because we need to sort of like all cooperate right now if we're gonna kind of all succeed together. This is working, it's plugging along, and I don't want to be the only one who's like kind of understanding how this works. Cool, be in touch.